Connor, how much are you and the lads looking forward to this particular game?
Yeah, we're all really up for it. We know the task ahead and we know what we need to do to try and go there and get a result, and that's our aim.
And obviously you would have expected to be in a busy man against Liverpool. I mean, in the end, the defence did such a good job. It was only really the last 15 minutes you were called into action, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I'd say the team done unbelievable. I think we worked our asses off throughout the whole game and we put in such a defensive performance, and that'll be hopefully our target going into the Saturday. If I only need to make a couple of saves at the weekend, I'll be buzzing.
Oh, I'm sure you will. It'd be interesting to see what side City go with, but I mean, you would imagine you probably will come up against the likes of Holland and those sort of guys.
Look, a club of that calibre, it doesn't really matter what side they put out. They're all going to be putting out world-class players, and we know what we're going to be coming up against, and we've got to get prepared for it.
Are you expecting to be a busy boy on Saturday?
We'll hopefully go into the game and hopefully we can put up a performance for the fans. I think we've 8,000 people going, so we don't really want to let anyone down. As you say, we've done such a good job against Liverpool, and we're going into the next game hopefully to do the same.
And when you know that you're likely to be busy, I mean, is that good for you as a goalkeeper? Do you look forward to that, or would you prefer a game, against somebody who maybe won't test you quite so much?
No, look, as a goalkeeper, you're up against obviously different types of opponents, and just depending on how the game goes, some games that you never expect to be busy, it could be one of your most busiest games, and then the other foot about against Liverpool, I expected to be, as I say, busy throughout the whole game, and I only had to do a couple of saves at the end. So you don't really think like that going into any game. You just got to prepare yourself personally, making sure you're going to the game that you feel ready to go and ready to be prepared for.
Now, I don't know about your FA Cup record. I know you've played in the Scottish Cup final though, haven't you?
Yeah, no, that was played in the Scottish Cup final.
That was a penalty shootout he went to?
Yeah, penalty shootout as well, yeah, so we done well in that game.
So do you prepare for penalties as such? I mean, have you done any sort of preparation ahead of this particular tie?
Yes, you prepare for penalties. Personally, as a goalie, you prepare every game. You got to kind of have an idea of what you're going to be coming up against and what's their preferred side and what to do. But I think this game, I say kind of every chance it can go to penalties as well. And obviously, we'll try and do our best to keep the game going as long as possible. And I'm sure we'll do some preparation tomorrow.
Best of luck. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you.
Hi, Connor. How much fun has this FA Cup run been? You're about to play your third Premier League team in a row. It's been a great experience, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the league situation at the moment is not going as what we planned, and we know that's our main target going forward. We need 12 games left now, and we know what we need to do to try and get as much points as possible. But this is a good morale boost for everybody. I think beating two Premier League teams shows everyone in our squad what we can do, and it gives us a good morale boost.
Yes, those 12 league games are really important, aren't they? You've got a particularly important game against Hull next Tuesday, but you're allowed to enjoy and relish these big FA Cup occasions as well, though, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say it's a great experience for everyone. I think it's going to be a full Etihad at the weekend, and I think every player is going to go out and experience a full throttle of a Premier League club, and we're all looking forward to it.
It's been an up and down season for you with the injuries and things. How pleased are you with the way you're playing at the moment, and with those big important games to come up, you could have a very important part to play for the team over the rest of the season?
Yeah, obviously the season didn't go as well as I planned. Picked up a wee injury there at the start, and it was I think I've said it before, it was a tough period for me now, but I think coming back into the team now and playing the regular games now has been a really good boost for me, and I'm really enjoying it.
Have a great one on Saturday.
Thank you.
Are you gutted that as a player, I mean, I know the fans are you gutted that if you get to 90 minutes and stoppage time and you've kept a clean sheet, that it's not going to come to a replay back at home park?
No, we don't really put much thought into that, to be honest.
No.
I think we're going into Saturday to try and win the game as best we can. I don't think we're wanting it to go to a replay, or we're wanting it to go any longer than it needs to be. I think we're going to hopefully put it over and done with in 90 minutes.
Beat them in 90 minutes.
That's the plan.
And just one other from me. Do you think your international experience helps at times like these? And as Chris says, when you've had your injuries, and does that help when you come to face a team like Man City?
Yes, I suppose. I think playing at international levels is obviously one of the best standards you can play at, and having them few games under my belt gives me great confidence going to these sort of games.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Hi, Connor.
Hiya.
I've just been up with the senior Greens, and I think you're going to have a chat with them in a minute. Tell me how important the fans are at an occasion like this.
They're massive. I think they're coming here at home park every week. I think it's an incredible experience for every player involved. They're always behind you no matter how things are going. As I say, if things aren't going as well as planned as we want them to be in the league, but no matter where we are, they're always there in full force, and as loud as ever. And yeah, we try to thank them every game as we can to put in a performance.
Will it make a difference, do you think?
Yeah, definitely, of course. I think there's 8,000 people going there now, so to go there knowing that they've travelled that far to go and support us, especially games like this year, is great benefit for us, and we want to go and put in.
Brilliant. Good luck.
Thank you.
Connor, I was just wondering about nerves on a situation like this, and is it different to any other game, and do you prepare differently or is it good to have nerves and go into a game like this?
Yeah, I think if people don't have nerves before games like these, they're telling lies. I think you're going into massive performances and massive games like this, you're always going to be under a bit of pressure, and especially, as I keep mentioning the league, I think if we don't have a player in our squad that doesn't have a bit of nervousness or anxiousness to want to put in a performance and want to do well is probably not the best thing to be, because we know what standard we need to be at and we know what level we need to perform at, and there is a standard now at this club that if you don't perform you do get told, and that's what we need to do.
Connor, you go into this nothing to lose, everything to gain. What experience and things did you learn from the Liverpool game, and as a squad, what will you take from that into this?
I think we set up on our own structure and we do everything the manager asks us to do, we're in for a right chance, and it gives us a good morale boost going into this game now after the previous one, so we're looking forward to it. And
since Miron's come in, he's obviously tightened up the defence. You've got like a nice Eastern block right in front of you there. How much of a difference have they made for you?
Yeah, I think since the gaffer's come in, he's been incredible. He's come in with a real tone and real authority of what he wants us to do, and obviously the boys we signed there in January have set a good tone for the centre halves. They're no nonsense boys, so they've been a real big difference.
Connor. VAR. You'll have VAR on Saturday. Unusual for us. What's your opinion of it?
Yeah, you can't lie, you can't hide. I think everything's going to be picked up on, and it's not much we can control. It's in the rules and with the FA and stuff like that. So no matter what we want it to be, it's going to be there. So we're just going in, fully focus on our game and our structure, and hopefully we'll do good.
Good luck for Saturday.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Miron, you've already beaten the Premier League leaders. How'd you go about winning at the Premier League champions?
That's a nice start already for the press conference. We see this game as a reward. That's the reward what we did just a couple of weeks ago against Liverpool. And if you see what's coming, then you know it can't get bigger. It's Manchester City, it's away. I think the team dominated the Premier League for the last 7-8 years. So it truly feels like something very, very big, and it truly feels also like a reward. So we're going to try to enjoy this. We said it also before Liverpool, it's a fantastic opportunity. It's a big stage to represent Argyle best possible, to represent us. And we see this as a massive opportunity to do exactly the same. It's a big game for us as staff. It's a big game for us, for the whole players. But it's a big game also for us as an organisation, and a wonderful one, I think, especially for the Green Army.
But I know you're not going to go there just to make up the numbers. You are going to go up there with a plan as to how to beat them.
Of course, we have a plan to challenge Manchester City. Don't get us wrong. That's a competition and it's a game, and everything can happen. I watched also yesterday the game versus Tottenham, and especially the first 45 minutes, it was like outstanding performance of Manchester City. I don't think I exaggerate if they could have a lead of 4-0 maybe. So this is just the creme de la creme of English football, the highest mountain to climb, but it's just a beautiful adventure, and we are very much looking forward to challenge them also.
Yeah, well, Liverpool just beaten Spurs as well, and you turned them over, didn't you? How big a fan are you of Pep Guardiola? I mean, he's managed at the highest level. He's had huge success with Barca. He's had huge success with Bayern, and now with Manchester City. I mean, how good a manager is he?
I think a giant in our sport, a giant as a coach. I think one of the most successful coach in sports history, one of the most successful coach in football history, a trendsetter for the last 20 games, raising the bar on the highest possible level, and also raising something you can't almost raise, finding these marginal gains to still improve. So I think, the biggest honor in my life, as in my career as a coach. So I'm very much looking forward to shake his hand and to tell him exactly this, that he's a giant of our sport and a huge role model, I think, for every single coach in this world.
Injury-wise, how are you looking? How's Ryan Hardy?
Still struggling. So Hardy is still out. I think it will take us, another couple of weeks, because unfortunately he's not recovering in the way we want him to recover. He's also frustrated. I think he didn't shave for 8 days. He looked really frustrated. And I think it's a pity moment for him, and it's a pity moment for us. He was just on a fantastic way. He was full of confidence. But that's just a part of our daily life as sportsmen, and we have to find other solutions.
2 very big games coming up, actually, of course, with Hull straight after. Do you in any way have half an eye on Hull when you're picking the team for Manchester City?
No, not only half of, I have both eyes on Hull City. And we will try again to manage and to find the right balance between having this beautiful adventure in front of us, like Liverpool, now City, and finding the right balance to be super competitive. I think 3 nights later against Hull, I think we as staff found a good way to manage this and to rebalance the team after Liverpool to face Millwall. And I think we will need the same approach again, because in terms of the importance of the games, Hull is way more important for us.
Good luck, Miran. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Miran. You've been with us for less than a couple of months, and yet this will be the 3rd time you've seen Argyle play a Premier League team. It's been a remarkable few weeks for you to come into the club at this time.
I think, but this is just a wonderful part of this journey, and this game just also comes to a good time for us, because everyone was speaking about Liverpool before, and no one actually thought that we're going to have a chance also to survive out there. But our performance, regardless of the result, our performance gave us just a big boost, a big confidence boost. So we just are believing more in us. We just believe more in what we are doing. We saw that we can not only enjoy to defend, we can also be structured in our defending. And regardless of the result on Saturday night, I want to see another step in terms of our structure, because we are preparing this team not only to be competitive against Manchester City. That's one in lifetime experience. We are preparing the team for the last 12 games. So it's a very busy period, but actually we love this to play, so we can all the time prove ourselves.
Apart from Ryan, is everyone available for selection?
I think bad news in terms of Tijani. Mohamed is again out with his hamstring. I don't think he will be selectable and playable for the next couple of weeks. I think another, difficult moment, because finally we got this guy fit. Finally he was able, also after a difficult period, also personal for him. It's never easy being such a long time out, and then you have to come back and you have to perform. It's not easy. And finally he managed to score the goal, and he will be out now for a couple of weeks. I'm very sorry personally for him.
Is that something related to the hamstring injury he had before, or is it a different issue?
I think, it's related, and I think he's very sensitive. Is it the right word? Sensitive in this kind of area, and the game we are playing is demanding. So I'm very sorry for him.
Is that something that happened in the game last week or in training this week?
I think it was prepared in this game, and then he could not cope just a couple of days later, and sad news.
Does Michael Obafemi then come into your thinking with 2 strikers out now?
Always. Michael Obafemi is always a part of my thinking, because he's just a squad player. And I think we showed and we proved over the last couple of weeks that we are consistently looking how to maximize the squad, and also how to maximize and thinking a little bit outside of the box and out of the box in terms of position. Nobody was expecting Musa to play number 9. Nobody was actually expecting also Hardy to be the 10. So we are consistently looking for solutions, and the solutions are inside this squad and this in our frame, and Obafemi is for sure one of the solutions.
One last one for me. You always say you're looking for solutions. It must be a bit frustrating, though, to lose Ryan and TJ within a couple of weeks. That doesn't make your job any easier, does it?
Yeah, it's not about is my job easy. It's about what is the next step. and what is my counter-attack on this. And again, I'm always very confident for our team, for our squad. Unfortunately, those kind of things happen, but that's a chance also for another guy to step in. And I see everything always positive first.
Enjoy the game. Best of luck on Saturday.
We will, thank you.
I'm wondering, do you have any superstitions?
Superstitions?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Pre-match?
No, I have pre-match routine. Okay, I have my pre-match routine, but I'm not superstitious.
No, I wondered that.
I
wondered. And will the routine be different for Man City than it
No,
will Hull
not at all, because
City?
routine, I think that's the word, you do always the same. That's why you call it also routine. So I like my routine. It's every morning the same on match day. It's actually started match day -1, the day before the game. I feel it already here. I felt the same also when I was a player, regardless of my level as a player. I played as an amateur player. But one day before the game, it was already here. My stomach turned up and down. That's this, maybe not the right word in English, this positive fear, the fear that keeps me sharp, keeps me awake, keeps me online. Not that I'm afraid.
Anticipation.
Yeah, I'm just ready. So I have my routines in terms of my morning, in terms of my match day preparation, in terms of my music, but far away from superstitious.
And the team, will it, again, I think we were all interested in that, aren't we? The sort of local boys will it be any different for Man City than it will Hull City?
Yes, of course, because I have to. That's our job to
change the team,
to prepare the team best possible so we can be competitive and we have a chance to prove ourselves on Saturday night. But we can be super competitive and have the chance to win the game at Tuesday night. So I will take some changes and I will do my best to prepare the team best possible for Tuesday night, and from Tuesday night I'm going to work back for Saturday. But still, believe me, everyone inside this team wants to play this game. Everyone inside this team wants to play this game, and everyone inside this team want also to participate and play the game on Tuesday night. I think we can find a good balance.
That leads me perfectly to the next question. You told us last week that Joe Edwards being lined up probably for Hull. Does he come into your thoughts for Man City, or no? Is it still the same?
I told him I'm going to put him on Doku for the last 30 minutes. And then, and Joe, I told him I'm going to put him on Doku for the last 30 minutes, and he told me immediately, Gaffa, I can play on the left side also. So I think I will stick to the plan. Joe he's there, he's back, but he was long out. So he needs his rhythm. And I think I have the luxury position right now that I can also count on the Gaffer, on the skipper. Now it's just for us to be also cautious. We have to prepare him gradually. And that's why I'm going to throw him in against Doku the last 30 minutes.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks for your time and good luck.
Thank you. Cheers.
Miran, we talk about superstition. I'll do it for you. I wore this dress when Argyle were promoted to champions at Port Vale. I wore it before the Liverpool game, so I'm hoping that this works for me this weekend.
If it works for you, I'm perfectly fine.
I've just been speaking to a lot of fans. The senior greens are up in the club at the moment. They're super excited about this game this weekend. How important is the Green Army to an event like this?
I just give you a number. I think 8,000. Then you saw how important it is for them, and then you see how important it is for them, and you see how important it is support also for us. And this is something that we also wanted to actually achieve against Liverpool, to represent Argyle best possible, to represent or to make the Green Army as proud as possible, regardless of the result. I think even if it would because if Liverpool maybe scores this, remember the big save of Connor, minute 99. I think if Liverpool scored that goal, I think probably we will lose in the extra time, because they will just be on us. But the performance was just something we can look back and say, okay, we gave it all and we tried to make every single Green Army member proud. And that's the same approach also. That's the same approach also for Saturday. Having 8,000 of them, having this green wall over there, it's something that will give us just an extra boost and an extra kick of motivation. So we're also looking very much for them. This is also a day for them to enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Miron, sorry to put a downer on it, but VAR. Are you a fan? Do you like it? Do you think it could level the playing field, or what are your feelings?
It should always be a help and a support and a guidance for every single, actors involved, players, the coaches, the referees. And there are still, for me, too many, they call it always in Belgium, grey zones. But if you actually have the VAR, there should not be a grey zone. And sometimes it was very difficult for me, I'm speaking back in Belgium, when we scored a goal, I could not celebrate actually in the first moment because, what if 45 seconds before there was a possible handball, or I don't know. So it took a little bit away the joy. And actually, when we score right now, I'm just quickly looking to the referee, to the linesman on the side, and his hand is down. I know it's a goal, and there is no coming back. And I think in the end, the VAR should just be a support to simplify for everyone involved, but also to give a little bit of clarity also to the fans. Because sometimes I'm in the stadium when I'm in front of the TV and I don't know what's going on for the 4 or 5 minutes. I think there are still some things we can improve.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Miron, we've seen the impact you've had. The fans have seen the impact you've had. Where do you see the impact you've had at the club since you've come in?
I think impact is visible just purely if you look at the ranking. I think the last 5 games we collected 9 points. Not one team in our region of the table, in our neighborhood, collected these points. I think we are just way more competitive and we have been start of January. We are way more stable than we have been start of January. We reduces the amount of conceding goals. We are still very dangerous offensively, and that's the most important, competitive in every single game. Even though that we didn't play our best game against Cardiff, we just felt that the schedule was heavy for us and we are tired and we are in a moment where we need somehow a little break, and Cardiff was just fresh, but still we managed to bounce back and still in the end also to grab a point. So I think we are on a very, very good way, and it's now up to us to maintain on this stage and still gradually taking steps forward. I think we will need 1.2, 1.3 points per average to achieve the big goal. And I think right now we are on this good way. Still, there are a lot of things we can improve, but actually we're also improving almost week by week.
You talked about, before the Liverpool game, the magic of the FA Cup. This FA Cup's quite easy now, isn't it? How do you see it?
Yeah, especially with this dress, so it should be. It should be. Yeah, it's still magical. Come on, it's City away. I don't think it can get bigger in England. It's Manchester City away, the most dominant team for the last 6, 7, 8 years. It's Pep Guardiola next to me. So it's the Etihad Stadium with 8,000 of the Green Army. It's huge, and we are very, really looking forward. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Would you mind just giving a little bit of detail on your assistant manager, Adin? He's written a lot about Pep before, and like you said, Pep's been a trendsetter. So can you talk about your relationship with him and what he offers to your staff?
Yeah, value in terms of knowledge, value in terms of implementing ideas on the pitch. I think that's the strength of Adin. I think theoretically he's very, very good. But I know a lot of guys and a lot of coaches and a lot of assistant coaches and a lot of analysts, theoretically amazing. And as soon as they enter the pitch, they are lost. And they can't get everything they prepared on the Mac, they can't bring it on the pitch. And that's exactly the strength of Adin. He has this football knowledge, but also the strength to implement it on the pitch. And I'm very happy that I could convince him to join me at Cercle. And I'm also very happy that I could convince him also to join here, Plymouth Argyle. He just adds value to our staff. And the biggest benefit then, if we have a value in our staff and if we are clear what we want, the biggest benefit then is for the lads. So I'm very happy with Adin's impact and performance.
How did you know he could succeed in not just a theoretical way, but on the pitch? Was it the writings that sort of put him on your radar, and then you heard things about him? Or
it's first one is of course the knowledge was clear. The knowledge is just obvious. You can just Google his knowledge. You can follow him on X and on Twitter, and then you see this guy he knows what he's speaking about. But it's always it's a small world. We are actually 2 phone calls away from every single information you want to get. And I did also my research on him throughout the United States, throughout Europe, throughout Germany. And we had to get a lot of people that we knew each other, worked with each other, knew each other. So I took all my informations and all the resources I could get, and the feedback was excellent. And then the most important is the direct connection between us. And out of nowhere, he texted me, I think, 2.5 years ago or 1.5 years ago, and coincidentally, we are both from Bosnia, and we love this game. And so we had something in common immediately from the start. And throughout this process of 7, 8, 9 months, I just realized he's actually very, very good. And I wanted to support him by coming from this, the theoretical knowledge into this implementation on the pitch. And I see also my task is to support Adin best possible. So one day, that should be always his goal, and I think that's also his goal, become a head coach.
And just lastly from me, how did you find managing against Arne Slot? From where we were sat, it looked like there were a lot of changes that he made very quickly, and then you reacted to them. How did you find that? And do you think that will stand you in good stead for the speed at which Pep Guardiola makes his changes in match?
I think we had a clear overview about Liverpool, how they play, but the most important was how to keep our structure and how to adapt our structure without getting too crazy, without getting too much tracked out of the positions. And we found there another way. If you see Pep Guardiola's team, they're changing somehow every 10, 12, 15 minutes. So it's so difficult for the opponent to react on everything, because as soon as you react on everything, they just change the rhythm, they just change the positions. I think even the move yesterday, because they completely dominated the first half, but out of nowhere Tottenham came up second half and gained control of the game and had also a lot of goal scoring opportunities. And to take this dominance away from Tottenham, he just put on the pitch Foden and Silva to gain possession. So if they have the ball, Tottenham cannot attack. And this is just one small Pep Guardiola move. So it will be impossible for us to react consistently on his coaching, but it's just very much needed for us that I think we enjoy to defend against Liverpool. But it's not only enjoy to defend, you need to give them a structure so they actually have a chance to defend, and then they can enjoy it. And I think we need a very, very good defensive structure again, so we have a chance to defend.